my 5-phase plan to help break that GLP-1 weight loss plateau. It works every time for my Tirzepatide and semaglutide friends. Hi, besties. I'm Elizabeth, Countess of Shopping. I have lost over 113 pounds. The last almost 3 years of my life of being on Mounjaro, Zepbound, and now currently Tirzepatide compound, which is GLP-1 plus GIP. And not at the same time because of the shortages is why the variations. And on today's episode, a must requested GLP-1 weight loss plateau action plan. Action, we want action, ACTION, action. Buckle up, buttercup. Let's dive in. I've got for you this phase plan that's worked for me. This is not theory. This is not woo-woo. This is not some twiggy dietitian coming on or nutritionist who just got her certificate online to tell you about count your calories. No, babes, this is from somebody who has lived it the last 3 years, but has been morbidly obese, weighing over 300 pounds, and now doing cool things like lifting weights, riding horses, and changing my life. And most recently, roller coasters. Literally, I just got back from Disney. This was me right after I went on the Guardians of the Galaxy roller coaster ride because I could fit in the seat. Okay, let's dive in because I want you to walk away with my 5-phase plan. Within that, there's like 9 different steps that you can see of what would be most applicable to you. Number 1 is so these are cars. You're like, what the heck did she just draw? And if you ask that question, you'd be right. I'm not the best artist, but hopefully the plan here will map out. This first one is what I call phase 1. It's medical. Medical, like knock out the medical stuff first of why you may be having a weight plateau. But before we dive into these, there's a lot. Can we first just say weight plateaus are normal? None of this is medical advice, simply my experience, strength, and hope always taught your own healthcare provider. But can we normalize on the GLP-1 weight loss journey, whether you're on Wegovy or Mounjaro or Zepbound, that we are going to have pockets in which the weight scale stops? It's a matter of how long that plateau is my humble opinion. Is it months we're going on? Is it weeks? What is the time frame? Is it 1 week? Don't you dare, bestie, let that scale dictate your mood for 1 week of not having the best weigh-in. Don't you dare. I literally just got back from Disney. The scale did go up. I went on it for accountability for myself. And don't worry, we've got action plan. Tomorrow, I'm going to talk about action plans too, about resetting. Anyway, we'll dive into that tomorrow. So is your weight plateau, if it's a week, like you need to be more patient, boo. Don't pray for patience because it's going to come for you. But practicing that patience of like, you may just be this is so crass whenever I say this, but it's true. You guys know it's true. You may be one poop off from having like a weight loss. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of factors that can go into the scale, particularly if it's that time of the month, which is why I say, is it multiple weeks? If it's more than 3 weeks, for me, that's something this is how I lean in. Number 1, medication dose adjustment. For GLP-1 medication, for me, when it's consistently like 3 weeks at a time, if there is room for you to titrate up, meaning go up a dose, if you're on Zepbound 5 milligrams, going up to Zepbound 7.5 milligrams, but your healthcare provider and you need to have that conversation to figure out, is a medication dose adjustment warranted? For me, I was on the highest dose of Zepbound, 15 milligrams. I am currently on Tirzepatide compound, which is GLP-1 plus GIP, 11.15 milligrams. That is the highest dose in which I can get for the Tirzepatide compound. And if you want more information on it, it's linked down in the description. Just click the ... more button. So do you need to have a medication dose? Some of y'all have been camped out at 12.5 milligrams Zepbound for a while, and you're like, maybe going up on a higher dose. Having that conversation, is Zepbound 15 milligrams a better choice for you? Or if you're on Zepbound and you're on the almost highest dose, having that conversation. Number 2, when was the last time you had blood work? Literally my doctor, right before I came into the studio, was like, you requested medication and you haven't had blood work. And I was like, touche, let me come in. So have you had recent blood work, or could it be other conditions? If you're, for example, high blood pressure, hello, adjusting your blood pressure medication. I've had to change my other medications from losing weight. There has had to be an adjustment. If you're feeling dizzy when you stand up, that could be a blood pressure thing of maybe you need to adjust your blood pressure medication. You're taking too much now because you've lost so much weight, right? It could be other things. This is one of the things that I want to like run like football interference, like a linebacker, but a cute linebacker in like stilettos and not like a big bulky one, but like a cute one. I want to run interference for you is don't you dare start picking yourself apart. I know I have, of where I'm like, oh, this doesn't work for me, like negative self chatter. we're not doing that. We are not doing that, because it could be as simple as you just need to change your daggone medication. Or there's another condition. Maybe you're perimenopausal or menopausal and you need some other medical intervention in that sense. It could be something very, very simple. Like, this is where I think I'll use my I statements and not jump to conclusion about you, my pet, is it could just be simple. You little minx. It could just be as simple as like other health conditions, and that could be it's easy peasy lemon squeezy, and you're pole vaulting over a mouse turd thinking it's something else when it's really not. It could just be as simple of, oh, you need to go down on your blood pressure medication, or maybe you need to go up, or maybe you need a new blood pressure. Like, that's why having this amazing relationship with your healthcare provider is very important. Okay. Zooming over to the next thing, phase 2 is nutrition. This is your next, these are cars, and we're going on our, we're zooming down our lane. The next one is nutrition. This one was one of the hardest. I was going to say the hardest, one of the hardest, and still can be one of the hardest for me. Where I find, for me, where is my number 3? Uh-oh. Okay, here it is. Number 3 in terms of the nutrition is a protein check. You may just not be eating enough protein. And when I had that reality of, again, it's not something wrong with me. I innately felt like I weighed over 300 pounds because I had been on my first diet since elementary school. I always had this internal dialogue. I don't have it anymore the way I used to. I still sometimes do, and that's why I've worked really, really hard on the internal work with a therapist, but I digress. Having more protein, when it became abundantly clear, my body does not do well in a weight loss mode or just lifting mode. Now I'm lifting. It does not do well on 50 grams of protein per day. I'm a high protein gal, at least, if not more. And when I don't get that, you know what happens? I eat more calories. And we have to be in a calorie deficit to lose weight, right? Like, that's simple math. Have to be in a calorie deficit to lose weight. So by me eating more, I'm eating more calories. I'm not getting the maximum weight loss benefits as I could by simply eating more protein. Now, for me, this was like a highway across the United States of learning, of like, okay, then how do you do, I'm throwing out numbers. I'm not saying these are mine, but I'm just using it as an example. How do I do 1,500 calories with 100 grams of protein to be in a calorie deficit? How do I do that? What does that look like? Y'all, that for me was like the $1 million question. When I started thinking that way, I was like, oh, no wonder I weighed over 300 pounds, and no wonder I've had a weight plateau. It is as simple as adjusting up my protein. Did I go from 50 grams of protein immediately to 100 grams of protein? Y'all, I tried. It didn't work out so great for me. I mean, it did, but it was a learning lesson of, okay, I need more protein. My body needs more protein. I have to track this. A tracked number grows. I've owned from scratch, not franchises, 3 multi-million-dollar companies that I've started from scratch. And so whenever I start a new business, I think I'm on my final one. I'm like, she doesn't have it in me for a 4th go, but I digress. I have to track for my businesses to increase that number. Why would that same logic not apply for my body and my health? So for me, tracking my calories to be in a calorie deficit and my protein was so fruitful, so much more fruitful than any other thing that I'm going to talk about for me. You are different than I am. We are all different. It is a wide hoop to jump through with obesity. And so that's why there's so many of these different puzzle pieces, because I don't have all the answers. And if someone says that they have all the answers, run, Forrest, run, because they're selling you a bunch of poopy doody because it's not one size fits all. I wish it was. I wish it was that simple. I looked, trust me, I've tried, I've looked, I've paid the money. I'll save you a lot of money and a lot of time. That there's different puzzle pieces for different people, right? And so for me, it was the protein hinge pin. If you go back in my videos, it will be 3 years in January that I'll be on GLP-1 medications. Thank you, Lord. 3 years of being on medications, it was a protein issue with the calorie deficit. That for me, when I locked those two together, boom, that was when Game Fight initiated. My kid has like a video game that does that. Game, like twist like that. Game Fight initiated. So are you on a calorie deficit with your protein? We're not even talking about calorie deficit yet. You know why? Because I'm smart. No, I made it number 3 intentionally of our phase plan. It's because protein is an easy fix, right? Just jack up your protein. But this is not for everybody. This is why you need to touch your healthcare provider. Because if you have issues with, I don't know, your kidneys or your liver or someone, I don't know, then you shouldn't be having a high protein diet. But for me, my healthcare provider was like, yes, girl, go get it. Go rock on with your bad self. And for me, then it was like, okay, then how do I do that? And then I spent a bulk of learning, which I have a ton of videos down below on protein. Hello, have you seen my content has switched over to a lot of protein talk? And fiber talk is going to be the next one. Figuring this out. And if you want me to devote more to protein talk, I'm happy to do that. Because how do you stay in a calorie deficit while having a lot more protein? It has been a learning journey for me, faux show. Next, number 4, fiber. Notice how I didn't say more fruits and vegetables. I did that intentionally because fiber comes from fruits and vegetables. And when I started learning about more fiber, 25 grams a day for women, am I tracking fiber every day? Honestly, no. What I am tracking every day, most days, is my calories and my protein. But fiber, I know I don't have to track it to know if I've had fruits and vegetables today. You know what just came in? Literally, I'm filming this on November 10th. I'm filming it the day it's getting released. Costco has the pomegranate seeds back in stock. Yes. I've been waiting all year for this, honey. I bought 5 cases last night. I did. And I've already had 2 of them. They're only 100 calories, 5 grams of fiber per little thing. I'm like, oh, those are so good. Pomegranate seeds. And I put them in my Greek yogurt bowl. Because y'all, I'm sick of I went on like, I've been on an apple kick and I'm like, I'm over it. I'm ready for a new fruit to come in. So thank God pomegranates are now in season and I can't wait for oranges. But getting your fiber in, more fruits and vegetables, babes. That's what it is. It's going to make you poop more. It's better for your digestion. But the big hinge pin with the delaying of gastric emptying for GLP-1 medication, we need more fiber to help with that. Is that for everybody? No, but for me, definitely played a big part in the delaying of gastric emptying, having fruits and vegetables, particularly if you have constipation. However, if you do have constipation, you absolutely should look into Bioptimizers. This video is not sponsored by them, but the Magnesium Breakthrough, use the discount code QUEEN. Hello. You can stack that on top of their sales too, but fiber makes such a big difference in the fullness factor. If you're hungry a lot, it may be that you don't need to increase dose. For me, Zepbound 15 milligrams when I was on it, I'm like, there's no other higher dose. I need a higher dose. So what am I going to do? That's what led me to working on my protein and working on my fiber. With the dietitian's blessing on that too, by the way. And so today, I'm so excited, y'all. Got from Costco my order. I got a ton of romaine lettuce, cottage cheese, Thousand Island, with, what are they called? Sunflower seeds. It takes me back to my Book It days at Pizza Hut when they had the self-serve salad bar. I have a beautiful salad waiting for me later today. Tomatoes, some onion. It's gonna be good. Fiber. My pomegranate seeds, fiber. You need to find things you enjoy because if you find in phase 2, this for me, like I said, it was like driving across America. Like, oh, it's a day, like it has been the most laborious learning curve for me. Protein and fiber, if you don't like it, you're not gonna do it. Find things you love. Like fall in love with this process, right? Like that for me has been one of the biggest blessings is falling in love with this process. Falling in love with that. Finding things you really enjoy. If it's not bringing you that joy or you're not enjoying it, then switch to something else, right? Right. Okay, next, in phase 2, there's supposed to be number 5. Y'all, I got really excited about my posters and I don't have a number 5. Pretend that there's a number 5 in there. Number 5 is portion control. Notice how I didn't start with this because for me, do you guys have this? Automatically, when I'm at a weight plateau, there's something wrong with me. There's a deficit. And I've worked really hard to break and bind that and put that at the footstools of Jesus for me. I'm not asking you to lean into my personal beliefs. But for me, that was a stronghold of lies. And I want to live a life of integrity. I don't want to live on lies. I want to live on facts and being factually accurate. And for me, being factually accurate with that is portion control of sometimes, not all the times. In my brain, it was all the time. Sometimes, thank goodness for GLP-1. I feel like that has regulated for me. This one really isn't a thing. But maybe for you it is. And if it is for you, maybe increasing your dose, because maybe that will help with the portion control. For me, the portion control, GLP-1 helped that so much. Now, we just came back from this, as I shared. Hello, I keep sharing. I'll have a whole episode on it. Don't worry, where I'll talk all about it. Because y'all, I had some amazing things, but some not so fun things. We'll talk about the whole thing. The portion control at Disney, y'all, I ate a lot of, there's a reason why my scale's up this week. And you can probably see my face. I can see it. I'm like, ooh, she got a little double chin over here, like it's underneath. I tried to do my contour. It's there. Anyways, I digress. Portion control. I wanted to eat a lot at Disney intentionally, and I just couldn't. My body was like, boop, boop. I could not. And so if this is you, then maybe working on the portion control. But probably if having the protein and the fiber is really going to fix this. The protein, fiber, plus dosage, for me, in my experience, not medical advice, that's what worked well for me. Number 7. Love you, bestie. Calorie counting. I used to hate when people say this. I'd be like, I'm going to punch you in the face. Not really, because I wouldn't hit somebody. But calorie counting, y'all, I have this cold. I'm like so all over the map. If you're here, I love you so much. If you're still at this point in the video, I love you, bestie. Calorie counting, it's not for forever, honey. It just do it for a couple days to get back on track, recalibrate the brain, reset that starting point. If you want to do it every day, great, but I'm not asking you to. I'm asking you to do it for the next 3 days. Really, really lean into calorie counting. I use MyFitnessPal because it's free and I'm cheap in that sense. Y'all, I do wear my Chanel and Gucci and things like that, but I'm like, don't ask me to pay for a calorie counting app. I'm gonna get the free version, but I am debating. I'm like, maybe I should buy the MyFitnessPal paid version. I want one of those where you scan the AI scans it and then it tells you your calories with a picture. I don't know if the technology's there yet or not. Tell me in the comment if you guys have used those. Tell me. I'm like debating. I'm like, maybe I should buy one of those. Anyways, calorie counting, because it is based on a calorie deficit. Like, it's simple math. And when I go back to it's simple math, it makes it less daunting of I can move the needle. I can get to my goals. Because literally this time last year, like my body's different. I was looking at pictures at Disney. So we've gone to Disney now. We've gone 5 years. And so the first 2, not on GLP-1. I had no, like, I don't think I have any full body pictures, and I would use my son as like a prop in front of me, which I still sometimes do. Sometimes. And sometimes sometimes it's just for spacing, like some of the pictures, I'm like, it doesn't look good with a gap in between our family. Anyways, that's why my son's in front of me. But for the last 3 years, the first year I was on GLP-1 medication, and I had lost a good chunk of change of weight at that point. I forget how much, at least 40 pounds. I forget. I got to go back to the old videos. There's like a what I eat in a day back. And to me, look so big. I'm wearing this beautiful Gucci, and I wore a ton of designer stuff to cover up my inferiority of how, I was going to say SHITTY, how picky I felt about myself. And so that's why I would wear like in your face labels and stuff like that. Don't worry, you don't have to psychoanalyze me. I've psychoanalyzed myself on that, which you'll notice now I don't wear as many labels. It's because, anyways, I digress. That's a whole separate topic for another day. But in those pictures back from Disney from 3 years ago, I wish I could whisper to myself and be like, don't be afraid of calorie counting, because I came from such a place which I had to go through this process of calorie counting was back from like being on my first diet in elementary school and eating chicken that was disgusting and being force fed that, and I hated it, and just hating, and I don't hate anything, but really strongly disliking it. This is where I say fall in love with the process. For me, I actually really do like calorie counting because I learn stuff and I really like learning things. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't know that pomegranates were 120 calories or 100 calories per little cup. Like, I didn't know it had 5 grams of fiber per cup. That's so exciting. This is the first time I learned that about pomegranates, the seeds that I'm eating. You know what I mean? Or that an apple, the skin on it has the most fiber, so I shouldn't peel off the skin, and that has 5 grams of fiber in one apple. But I need to eat 25 grams of fiber per day, so that's like eating 5 apples, so I need to figure out how to do that. Like, you see what I'm saying? Calorie counting doesn't have to be, the point that I'm trying to make, calorie counting does not have to be this daunting, scary, berry thing. For me, the arms wide open approach. I want to make my arms show in the frame. This arms wide open approach of God's got me and God's got, I'm not asking you to believe my belief system at all. But for me, my belief system, God's got me. God's going to protect me and God's going to be loving for me. And so I'm going to lean into that, the next loving choice. And that's calorie counting for me. I'm not trying to get woo-woo at all. Stay with me. Calorie counting, the point that I'm trying to say is calorie counting matters. Calorie counting matters. Oh, I found my number 5. I have 2 number 8s. So here we are. What was that? That was number 7. Number 8 is, which is really number 7 because I skipped number 5, is trigger foods, trigger events, trigger people. This is another one I've had to work really hard on. I don't really have trigger foods anymore because like I love nachos, honey. Love them. Give me, like, I love a good Mexican queso. Not like, it's so good to me. When my kid and I were leaving LaGuardia Airport when we went to New York City, I was like, let's have nachos for dinner. And he had a jalapeno on each nacho. It was so cute. Like, I love it. I can do it with a calorie deficit, but I digress. There's certain trigger foods for me though that, like nachos, for example, I love them, but there have to be bookends around them or else I will just go to town. With my portion control, I will stop, but it won't put me in a calorie deficit. And that's the whole point of being a weight loss journey. I'm on basically maintenance now, but trigger foods, I realize trigger events trigger me to eat more. It's like what's it called? A boomerang. Certain events make me eat more when I get home, usually not in front of other people. I still sometimes have a hard time eating in front of other people. It's something I'm still working on. And trigger people. I know for a fact this holiday season, certain people will trigger me to eat more food. And I just stay away from them. I'll have less time with them because I know that I will eat my feelings later on. Again, things I'm still working on. For me, being over 300 pounds and being morbidly obese and working on my weight since elementary school, this is a lot of baggage. It's not like a little handbag that some people have. I have suitcases full, trunks full of stuff that I've really worked on and healed a lot of it, but clearly there's still some more work to do. Even, it will be in January 3 years. So like extra grace on that. Trigger foods, trigger events, trigger people. Recognizing them, name it, claim it, I got you, like see it, you know what I mean? And then just stay away from it. You can substitute. I don't like cutting things cold turkey. I do like substitutions. And so that for me has been super, super helpful of recognizing that and not like pretending like it doesn't exist. Like for me, nachos, I can't have them every day because I don't have the self-control, right? But in limited quantities I can. And with trigger people, some people in my life, I have to be around. I don't have the choice of like being like, oh, like I have to be around. And so then I get to work on character development. And how lucky and blessed am I that I get to work on character development? That's exciting. Now, this was my second number 8, which was really number 8 because I didn't have number 5. So we're still on point with number 8, is move it. This one has been, so I had phase 4 in my little cars was calories. And then, phase 3 is move it. So we're kind of jumping around on my little calorie board here too, on my little carb board here too, where we are within the journey. But phase 3, it's basically phase 4, was move it. Figure out how to lift, figure out how to move. Start. If you can't lift, don't. Then start walking. For me, that was the best thing I ever did, was give myself the grace of not lifting within the first year and a half. And it was so much later until I started focusing on lifting. Which, by the way, besties, y'all are my Josh Grobens. You raised me up. You raised me up. From my weigh-in video about how I felt so badly about lifting one day out of October, and I was supposed to do 15 for my goal. And so today I'm like super pumped, super excited. I have to do my job for a pocket, and then I'm gonna pause and then go eat my lunch and lift, and then go back and do my job. Normally I just do my job all the way through, and then afterwards I'm supposed to lift. I'm not doing that today. I'm switching it up because it wasn't working, and so I'm gonna try. I'm quite nervous about it. My hands are a little sweaty. I'm a little sweaty buddy. So move it however you wanna do that. Walk. If you can't lift, walk. It's free. And when it gets cold or rainy outside, walk in your house. Move it. I have on my Amazon deals list today, which is down in the description. There are a lot of exercise equipment on sale, and the Black Friday sales, which I'm going to do a whole separate thing, has started. We'll do a whole other episode on it. Number 9, stress, sleep, emotional eating. That is not on here, but that falls under move it. Are you stressed out? Are you not sleeping? Are you emotionally eating? Those are things within your control. Stress management. Literally, we were at the Orlando airport. We were stuck there for hours and hours, coming back from Disney. I'm so like, my husband had recommended this and I was like, you are smart. He's like, just put in your earbuds and do a meditation. And I was like, oh. And so I did. And it was great. I actually listened to the same meditation twice, and it was on stress response and how it's like the opportunity to, like, sometimes you can't change anything. It just, the situation is. Like, one of our beautiful members is a caretaker for her amazing husband and is in like late stage dementia and Alzheimer's. And for her, like, the situation just is. Like, it just is. Can't really change much about that. Right? And so it's the reaction to that's the thing to work on. And so for me, that the stress component of, like, right now for work with my job, this is like Q4 is game time. It is stress season. It is every year. I know that, like, it's not new. But my response is the new thing of how I'm choosing to respond. Popping my earbuds in when I'm stressed out at the Orlando airport. My husband worked for the federal government, and his TSA, we didn't realize this until, like, literally we're going to Dulles Airport. He didn't have his TSA clearance anymore, or the TSA, not clearance, but you know what I mean. My husband had a high level clearance. And so when he left working for Homeland Security, he didn't know that his TSA airport stuff was pulled. So I'm like, oh snap, in the middle of the federal government shutdown, when these amazing, beautiful, fabulous TSA agents, we love you, TSA. The lines are so long. With TSA PreCheck, you can walk through really quickly. Anyways, the point, why am I telling this story? The point of it is, we were separated, and I was very worried about my husband, like, missing our flight because we're TSA approved and he's not. And so anyways, the point of that, stress response, that's what I'm trying to say. Now, number 5, you say, Elizabeth, you said 5 phases. Where's the 5th? The 5th phase is redo the process. For me, this is looping over and over and over and over the last 3 years, because it's like Mario Kart, which we played last night. It was so fun. Once you get to a certain level, there's a higher level, right? And so there's new levels within these, new depths, new understandings, new ways to push, which is why I have a daily show. People are like, why do you do a daily show? Because just because you lose weight on GLP-1 doesn't mean you stop your journey. It continues. Like, this healthy lifestyle thing continues. And for me, it's a contingent upon daily maintenance. Spiritually, physically, like, all of that. It's contingent upon what am I doing today, right? And that is a daily choice and daily focus, which is why redoing these phases means so much and makes such a big, impactful difference. So, my beautiful friends, I hope this helped you. I've chatted a lot on this fabulous Monday. Make sure you check out the Amazon deals of the day. Those are linked down below. I've updated the list. People are like, oh, you have the deals. I'm like, I update them every Monday for y'all. Every Monday, that list. Our weekly encouragement email, the Count just sent it out. It is so good. The Count's taken over doing that. We have a meeting together. I give my feedback, but he, like, does it. It's so good. It's so good. You just sneeze. Bless you. It's so good. And so check that out. In your email, if you didn't read today's episode, it's once a week. It's so good. And then on countessofshopping.com/shop, we are going to be updating all of our Black Friday holiday deals. Like, that is getting updated on our website to countessofshopping.com. As is our blog, which is free resources out the yin yang, including our group, countessofshopping.com/group. If you've not checked in today, do that right now. Like, after this video, go check in. Go check into the group, be like, hey, here's where I'm at. Either praise or like, you need to give or you need to get. Go do that after this video. But first, click like and subscribe. Make sure you signal to the YouTube algorithm that this is a pretty good video. If you've made it this far, it's a good video. Our emoji of the day today is going to be a Christmas tree. And to my friends that don't celebrate Christmas, I've been, like, literally, it kept me up. I was like, I don't want to do a Christmas. I love Christmas so much, but I don't want to offend somebody if they don't, because all are welcome. I have so many friends that are Jewish and non-denominational and Muslim. And so I'm making it a Christmas tree. But if that just, then feel free to put a menorah or feel free to put something else, because again, inclusion matters to me. But so my Christmas tree, it has a light on it, but it doesn't reach the plug. So I will link this down below because many of you guys asked. I'm going to do a whole Christmas thing. I'm really got lights on it. I'm so excited. I'm so excited about Christmas decoration, which we'll talk about later. So the emoji of the day is a Christmas tree. And I do emojis of the day to get to know you better because I care. The pattern recognition of seeing your name over and over again. It's also my bat signal to pray over you if you don't believe in prayer. Uplift you in positive thought, as all are welcome at the Countess of Shopping table. Okay. I love you. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to others. I'm Countess of Shopping. Count my blessings because life is delicious. See you tomorrow. Bye, bestie.